I'd like to start by thanking all of you. I'm completely blown away that you all made such an effort to be with us to celebrate this special occasion. So thank you, everyone. Secondly, I'd like to thank Luke Leslie. Because without him, we probably would not be here today. For those of you who don't know Luke, who's the tall guy over there who just managed to escape the cyclone in Mauritius to get here, I was fortunate enough to have a friend who not only loved matchmaking, but was also very patient. Because it took patience to set me up. We had many failed attempts, including Max Johnson, Boris Johnson's younger brother, and Ruud Jutting, who you may recall was the old Wiccanist who moved to Hong Kong to work for Merrill Lynch and ended up murdering two poor girls, dropping up their dead bodies into pieces and storing them in a suitcase on his balcony. Okay, that actually wasn't really set up, but that was true. So you could say I had a lucky escape. But in all seriousness, a big thank you to Luke. Who would have thought a few casual drinks at the ship would turn in for this? And thanks also. And thanks also to Shelton and Dom, who played their important part along the way too. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about how Tommy and I first met. It was the summer of 2015, and we quickly became friends. We spent the summer together bonding as we swam in the Serpentine before work most mornings. Now, as many of you already know, if there's two things I love, they are early mornings and swimming. So you can see why I felt like I'd met the man I was destined to spend my life with. Tommy then pulled the rabbit out of the hat and organised a surprise skiing trip for us. I remember being really impressed with his organisational skills, his punctuality, his calm, collected demeanour and generosity as we landed in Geneva and were promptly met by a personal chauffeur who drove us all the way to Chamonix, where Tommy had booked dinner and organised rental skis for me. The dream now. Also, I thought, soon after this we started dating, and I can safely say that 4 years later, not once since Tommy come swimming in the Serpentine with me, and he certainly hasn't organised anything, let alone the surprise holiday. In fact, each time we've been to Chamonix, we've taken the easy bus. However, what he lacks in organisational attainment, he makes up for in effort. And over the last few years, I've learned that Tommy has many other, more important qualities. He is the kindest and most thoughtful man. He is caring, he is loving, he is trusting, he is loyal, he is smart, and he has such a big heart. I know his amazingly playful and adventurous spirit means we'll have an exciting future together. I know that the fact he thinks he is funnier than he is means we will have lots of laughs together. And I know that if he can complete a week-long intensive driving course that guarantees a 99% success rate, yet failed his driving test 4 times, and still believe he's a good driver, means we will always try to see the positive in him. So, although I have signed up for life of what Tommy calls a dire mistake, I can't wait to begin our adventure together as a married couple. Mum and Dad, I simply can't thank you enough for being the best parents I could ever ask for. You have given me a price at everything. Thank you. you have given me the confidence to believe in myself, and I would not be the person I am today without you. Dad, because you were always by my side, believing in me, knowing when to push me, when to encourage me, and when to support me. Mum, you are the most generous, most caring, and most selfless person I know. A lot of people here tonight have experienced your kindness and generosity firsthand, so they all know how special you are.
So, I shall say a few more words about this daughter of ours. But because there is so much that could be said, I shall confine it to a few iambic pentameters, or for those who have forgotten their early school English lessons, some lines of verse, for better or for worse. Just a few words I'd like to say about our precious daughter Faye, whose loving heart was stolen away, the reason we are here today. So together, let us celebrate this all-important wedding date. Baby Faye was born a cutie. Heads turned to see this infant beauty. Then, very much to our surprise, companies came, checkbooks in hand, imploring us to understand they wanted Faye to advertise. Harrods, Vogue, and Mother Care, Debenhams and Harvey Nicks, all signed her up without delay to model high-priced toddler wear with stunning baby photo pics. Such was the baptism of baby Faye. Even before she could count the amount, Faye had opened a bank account. But the sober part of all these facts, none of her earnings were subject to tax. So a wasted journey thus began, for she had moved to the Isle of Man. Finally, Second Lieutenant Faye, Royal Artillery, about to become Mrs. Faye Littlechild, I shall conclude with these humble words. So now a new chapter begins in her life. Wedded to Thomas, she'll make a good wife. She'll love and she'll honour, but if I know Faye, unlikely she'll want to say I obey. Unheard murmurings of Je t'adore, for this is true love, nothing but guile. And may she be blessed with just a few more than only the one little child.
I just wanna know if you're gonna.
And of course, Alistair for not only Pat's forgiveness, and of course Alistair and Pat's generosity, but everything that you have both put into making these few days so special for us. Could not be more grateful. While here, I count myself extremely lucky to now feel so much a part of this fantastic Dalby clan. Something I must admit I was not sure would ever happen when Alistair first laid down his sparring gauntlet. Now, as a well-publicised only child, it's also fantastic to now have inherited both Robin and Fraser as my brother and sister-in-law. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to all of my friends, fantastic ushers, also my oldest friend Daniel, of course, for his incredible address today. It really is such a privilege to have had you all help out today and play such a central role in a truly magnificent day. So thank you. To my devoted and very much long-suffering parents, Thank you does not quite cut it for all the wonderful support and love you've showed me over the course of my life. Your devotion and now fantastic friendship really have known no bounds, and I'm very privileged to have been raised by you. A better set of parents I simply could not have ever wished of. So, thank you, Mum and Dad. I propose what I believe is the first toast of the evening to the beautiful bridesmaids and the dashing bridesmen. Of course, impossible to describe Faye in just a few short minutes, but I've nevertheless chosen 3 key themes to focus on. First of those themes may come as no surprise to you, and it is her competitiveness. An intriguing mix of both establishment and anti-establishment, Faye has glided through life armed with a heady mix of both respect and contempt for the rules of the game, whatever that game may be. Exactly. I have been fortunate enough to have visited many of the fantastic places which have moulded Faye into the tour de force she is today. She has shown me both the parade ground and the remains of her graffiti at her military boarding school in Sussex. She has hit golf ball type objects at me in a large concrete room at the wonderful Charterhouse, where she was, of course, head girl and captain more sports teams, as Alistair mentioned, than I can list. And she has walked me around Teddy Hall at Oxford, where she not only got her PE degree, but I believe 3.5 blues. But these remarkable things are not in fact what make Faye so remarkable. To get to the heart of that, you must understand that it is her sheer will to win that makes her both so alluring and at times utterly terrifying in almost equal measure. So picture the scene. It is circa 2003, and Faye is heading with her friends Luca and Michelle to sit her dyslexia test at Oxford. They are sitting the test at the request of their tutor, who has already affectionately nicknamed the trio the Disableds. Very PC, I'm sure. Now let's start with the facts. Faye is in fact at least mildly dyslexic, and can certainly use the extra exam time in her Oxford exams. But it became clear pretty quickly that she was not going to be satisfied with just an average dyslexia test score. Oh no. Just as with her politics A-level, she wanted the highest mark in the country and get her maximum extra time for exams. She deserved it. I want you to bear a few things in mind when I read the following extracts from her test results, written by the dyslexia assessor, I can only imagine. He signed the document, somehow. Firstly, the 35-page wedding booklet she prepared for us all today. No typos in there, I noticed. Secondly, all interactions you have ever had with Faye. Thirdly, her extreme will to win. And fourth, perhaps her slight misunderstanding of what dyslexia actually is and how it is tested for. I have a direct quote from that dyslexia report, and I thought about embellishing it because, frankly, who cares if I did, but I didn't need to. Page 3. On the homonym task, they made an astonishing 15 errors and took longer than is normal to complete the test. Even the most heavily dyslexic students I have ever come across rarely make more than 3 errors. And I have never seen anyone make this number of errors in my career. Faye also surprised the world long-distance swimming community when she became the first Thai to compete in the open water 10,000 metre swimming world championship race this summer in Hungary. In fact, she also surprised me somewhat at the same time by gifting me, in fact, my greatest ever sporting achievement too. Through sheer unbridled necessity, I have the honour of being appointed Thai national head swimming coach for the day. Albeit to prevent her immediate disqualification. And as you can imagine, I revelled in the glory. In fact, Alistair talked of CVs earlier, and that is very much now on my list. The third Faye-related theme, however, is, in my view, by far the most important. And that is her generosity of spirit, her thoughtfulness, and her kindness. It's just one small example. Faye's efforts for our wedding today have been nothing short of incredible. And I'm hugely thankful to her for that. But Faye has not made all of these efforts because she wanted the perfect wedding for herself, but rather because her friends and family are so important to her that she wanted to make sure she didn't let a single person down. Faye is the most amazingly loyal, dedicated and thoughtful person I have met in my life. And I know this is why so many of you here today count her as such a fantastically close friend. So thank you, Faye. I, for one, consider myself exceptionally lucky to have both met and now married such an incredible, remarkable and beautiful woman. So to Faye, I love you very much and thank you for being such a wonderful partner. Every day has genuinely always felt like an adventure with you, which is part of the reason I love you so much. Even if that day tends to start 2 hours earlier than I would like at 5:45. So finally, to Pam and Alistair once more, thank you for bringing Faye up to believe she can do absolutely anything, because she absolutely can, and in fact she already has. So thank you.
It's a very chill night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey Tommy, hey Luther, I've got a song for you. Is it the crease in your shirt, or is it your massive shoes? Who cares, Tommy? I think I wanna marry you. Swell till I kissed your best pal. Oh no, oh, oh. We just need a bit of snow, oh, oh. And it's bad. Oh. Well, I found this little place, just a plane right away. We can go, oh, oh. No one will know, oh, oh. It's not time. Thank you, backing dancers. What a fantastic performance. And Bradley on the keyboards. And of course, the wonderful Faye Delby, lead singer of the band. We actually have one more surprise for you, but it's also a surprise for you.
Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side.